And we welcome you to senior night at Buzz Bowling Arena. It's Jeff and Levi with you tonight. Conway playing host to Bryant, and it is senior night, which you will see in full effect in a few moments when it is not the starters announced for the Lady Cats. So Bryant comes into the game. They are 16-9 overall, 6-7 in conference play. They will make the state tournament next week in Bentonville West, but where they will be seated will be determined tonight, 4, 5, or 6. Your Lady Cats are in a good spot. They will be the number 2 seed when we get to Bentonville West next week, no matter what happens tonight. The starters for Bryant are number 1, Tiara Trotter, number 11, Allison Steen, number 21, Robin Gordon, number 25, Kalia Walker, and number 35 is Mackenzie Muse. And so now, instead of the starters, we're going to meet the seniors. And there is a young lady that checks both boxes, Reagan Rotzel.
Number 5,
Maya Yelder, also a starter and a senior.
Number 44, Emily Cecil.
There's Emily Cecil wearing number 44.
Number 11, Daisha Jolivet.
There's Daisha Jolivet.
Number 12, Tamia Wiseman.
Tamia Wiseman, number 12.
Number 24, Asia.
There's Asia Smith. All indications it was a successful surgery this week. See her on the crutches. Still such a huge part of this basketball team. Great to see Asia.
Number 25, Nia.
There's Nia Somerville. And the final senior will be Kaja Chapman. Don't know if you had a chance or not, but if you don't follow Coach Hutchcraft on social media, that's a big miss. You should really be following her. And today especially, I love Senior Day with her because she always has some of the greatest posts whenever it comes to these girls that she's worked so closely with. Today's posts for the seniors were pictures of them early in their basketball career along with their senior photos. Really great stuff.
It was great, yeah. I especially love the one of Asia.
Yes.
Wearing that big number 30 jersey. Yeah, it was
kind
good.
Of striking a pose.
It was really good. She put some work into her social media game.
Reagan Rotzel, Jada Pickens, Maya Yelder, Jaden Thomas, and Kaja Chapman. Those are your starters for Coach Ashley Hutchcraft. When these two teams played a little more than a month ago, back on January 25th, it was a big win for Conway, 73-34. 4 Lady Cats in double figures. Reagan Rotzel, Asia Smith, Jada Pickens, and Jaden Thomas all were in double figures that night. That's Muse to Tiara Trotter. Gordon, pass is tipped, loose, and it will remain on this end.
One thing this Bryant Hornet team does have on this Lady Cat team is a little bit of size.
Mackenzie Muse, 6'2" post player, and Robin Gordon, who's 6'1".
Except they don't put Muse down in the post. They have her up top.
Trying to break that 1-3-1. It's stolen away. Jaden Thomas, the recipient of the tipped pass. Jada Pickens can't hold on to it. Out of bounds.
It's hard coming into a game like tonight. You and I were talking before the game about trying to find storylines in a game that really doesn't matter too much for your Lady Cats in terms of how the postseason plays out. Everything's settled for Conway. We're the 2 seed no matter what. Same story for the guys. We'll talk about that later. But it is an important game for this Bryant Hornets, Lady Hornets team, because if they could get a win, they'll be the 4 seed. They lose, they could technically fall to the 6 seed.
Kalia Walker with a 3-pointer. Reagan Rotzel, side of the rim, no good. Yelder there with the rebound. Kick out to Pickens. Bryant in transition, can't get the shot to go. Reagan Rotzel not giving up on defense. Pickens to Chapman, back out to an open Jaden Thomas. 3 won't go. where Conway is slotted in the state tournament next week. Their first game will be Friday night, a week from tonight, at 7 o'clock. They will take on the winner of Rogers and whoever the 6th seed is from the Central. So we could see a rematch of this game. It'll either be Rogers versus Bryant, Rogers versus Cabot, or Rogers versus Central, depending on what happens tonight. Likelihood is it won't be Central. They're probably going to move up. So probably Cabot or Bryant would be who Rogers will be taking on next week.
Yeah, Bryant has a game lead up on Central and Cabot. Cabot's at North Little Rock tonight, so you assume that's probably not a winnable game for them unless something goes in their favor.
Right.
So it seems like Cabot is going to be the 6th seed. But if Central wins tonight, which they're playing Mount St. Mary.
Shot won't go.
Central wins tonight and Bryant loses here at Conway, then Central will jump up to that 4 spot, Bryant at the 5, and Cabot at the 6.
So the likelihood is it's going to be Cabot in that 6th spot. All things kind of looking just from historic perspective of knowing what we know about the teams involved, where everything might fall. We will know before the night is over, maybe not before our game is over, but before the night is over, we will know who the Lady Cats will be matched up against the winner of in the tournament next week. We already know the guys' side, and we'll talk about that in the second game. But it is going to be a fun weekend next weekend at Bentonville West. Maya Yelder flips it up with the right hand on the left side of the basket. We will be there live. All the games that the Wampus Cats and Lady Cats play in the state tournament in Bentonville, we will be there. Live broadcast next Friday night, 7 o'clock start. Or, as you mentioned earlier, Levi, we were having our pre-show meeting. Ish. You never know, really, with state tournaments, what time the games are going to start unless you play the first game of the tournament each day. We're playing the third game next Friday, 3rd and 4th, so the 7 and 8:30 start times are up for debate.
It's like time stands still at the state tournament.
Yeah, no, it's and every timeout is used, every foul is taken, every substitution is made. It takes a while once we get to the tournament. It's really strange with the way the tournament bracket works and the schedule there. You know, there are 12 teams that make it, 6 from each side, with the Central and the Northwest, the West side. 3-point basket by Walker. But what's most interesting about that is that by the time Conway plays each of their games, 3 of the Final 4 are going to be set.
Yeah.
3 of the 4 teams playing in the state semifinals will already know who they are before we ever even step on the court for our first game. And that'll be the case for both of our teams next week. And we'll hope to get wins on Friday night and join those Final Fours. Walker off the glass. It's a 6-point lead for the visiting Bryant Hornets.
Hutchcraft just letting them play through it. No quick hook yet.
Three-point basket. Reagan Rotzel, her 64th made three-pointer of the year. Hands on it and a steal. 2-on-1. Pickens back to Rotzel. 10-9. Good quick run here by the Lady Cats to make the score a 1-point game. 10-9. Bryant on top. We'll take 30 seconds and come back on Conway Corp Channel 5.
At Conway Regional, every day brings new challenges and celebrations. And one of those celebrations is being named the #1 hospital in Central Arkansas for overall hospital care. While we're proud of our awards, our team is driven by something more. You. You're our #1. And for us, that's the #1 worth celebrating. One team, one promise. Conway Regional.
Ten to 9, Reagan Rotzel showing the arsenal. Both a three-point shot and a layup.
That's her third 2-point field goal on the year.
Wow.
She is now 3 of 7.
Jump stop, shot will not fall, and Jaden Thomas, the flat-footed rebound. Skip pass. Good defense by Allison Steen. That's Trotter. She gets the shot to go. This Bryant team has come in and making some noise.
Well, we said it, Jeff. This game is really important for them. If they want to end up with the highest possible seed they can get, that 4 seed, only way they can guarantee that tonight is with a win because they have a game advantage on Central and Cabot.
Thomas, held ball. He will stay. Nope, we're going the other way. Held ball belongs to Conway.
Like, see that, though? Thomas looking like she's playing with a little urgency now. We talked about urgency a lot last week with the boys.
We did, rightfully so.
The girls tonight that have come out with a little lack of urgency.
Little give and go. Pickens open for the layup. 12-11. 2:23, 2:20. See the clock running there on your screen. Kara Kirby handling all of our graphics, doing a great job as always. That's Robin Gordon. We mentioned they have 2 6-footers that play. She's the 6'1" post player.
You know, Stats and I were talking about this before the game. When was the last time we had a really tall lady cat? I mean, I thought back to Futra, but she wasn't over 6 feet tall. I don't believe
so, or
I think
maybe
she
right
was
at
5'11"
yeah.
or right at 6 feet.
Yeah.
But the player that was coming to my memory was Allie Pack.
Allie
or
Pack.
Yeah.
Allie Pack.
Back in the
Yes.
final Jordan Danbury season.
Mm-hmm.
And my memory, I actually was talking with Coach Hutchcraft about Allie a few weeks ago. You know, she got the flu during conference season that year.
That's
and by the
right.
time they got to the finals, she just wasn't able to play a whole lot. She just never really recovered from the flu that basketball season.
Thomas. Yeah, if I remember correctly, Allie's mom played for Arkansas, University of Arkansas. Muse for 3. Front of the rim, no good. Reagan Rotzel, good hustle. 1-point lead for the Lady Cats. Maya Yelder. Crazy angle, gets the shot to go.
Sometimes I don't know how she muscles some of these shots in, but she does it.
Really great crowd on hand tonight for senior night. Final home game. 2 teams that are seeded number 2, ranked in the top 5 in the state. And as far as the 6A Central goes, both are going to come in as the 2 seed.
On my time hop this morning, I had status from a year ago when we ran Asia Smith's 501 501 basketball player feature a year ago, and the way I posted it was, it's late February and the Lady Cats are in first place. What else is new? Not really the tale of the tape this year, is they're not in first place, but still a 2 seed and another likely deep state tournament run. It's easier to go deep when you don't have to play that first round.
That's right. Foul will be called underneath on Mackenzie Muse. That is her first. Not only is that her first, that's the first team foul against either team tonight. Almost played an entire quarter without a whistle. Jada Pickens gets the second. Lydia York will check in.
Yeah, these referees appear to be letting them play physically tonight, and there's been a lot of contact, nothing crazy. I tend to prefer those games than the slow down, calling every little touch.
Without a doubt, yeah.
Not naming any names, but the last few times we've been at North Little Rock.
But not naming any names.
Well, I wouldn't know their names anyway, so I couldn't name them. But
final 5 seconds. Trotter. That's Walker for 3. Drains it. It's a 1-point game. 18-17. Conway's got the lead by a point. We will take 60 seconds and come back for the second quarter on Conway Corp Channel 5.
You got insurance to protect your car against other drivers, but are you protecting it against the muddy disasters it faces every day? Zip's Dirt Insurance has you covered. It gives you unlimited washing at any of our convenient locations, starting at $14.95 a month. That's less than 50 cents a day. Protection to keep your car clean without worrying about muddy mishaps. Zip's Unlimited Wash Club. It's like having dirt insurance for your car. Zip in, zip out, zip on.
At Conway Regional, every day brings new challenges and celebrations. And one of those celebrations is being named the #1 hospital in Central Arkansas for coronary bypass surgery and cardiac care. While we're proud of our awards, our team is driven by something more. You. You're our #1. And for us, that's the #1 worth celebrating. One team, one promise, Conway Regional.
18-17. Kalia Walker knocking down 11 points in the first quarter.
Yep.
11 of their 17.
She was 3 for 4 from the three-point line. Bryant 3 for 6 as a team. Lady Cats 1 of 7. That's the. If there's one key stat you need to watch any game with these Lady Cats, it's that three-point shooting number, because when it's below 30%, especially when it's in the low 20s or in the low teens as it is right now, it's really hard for this offense to get going when those three balls aren't falling.
Steen whistled for the foul. (18-17). Lady Cats locked into the #2 seed. Fort Smith Northside is the #1 seed. Trotter over to Steen. Good catch by Tiara Trotter. She was the only Lady Hornet in double figures when these teams met the first time around. Muse for 3. Mackenzie Muse had 7 that night. Those were her first 3 tonight. And Bryant takes a 1-point lead. Rotzel. That's Jaden Thomas. All the way to the basket and in. Bodies flying everywhere.
Everybody's falling tonight.
Trotter. Nice move down the lane. Off the glass and in. Seniors will be recognized from both the Wampus Cats and the Lady Cats between games tonight. Shot is missed. 22-21. 6.5 minutes to play. Stolen away by Jaden Thomas. And in. Thomas now with 8. Our scoreboard is not allowing us to show you the quarter, so I mentioned 6.5 minutes to play. I should let you know that that is in the first half. We're in the second quarter. Mackenzie Muse. Let's get pass over to Trotter. We know Walker can hit him. Missed the shot that time. Chapman fighting for the rebound. Walker gets it. Off the front of the rim and no good. 1-point lead for Conway. Thomas for 3. Got it. Jaden Thomas squares up her shoulders and knocks it down. 4-point advantage. Shot is up and good. Selena Martin. That's Thomas.
I haven't checked my social media tag on Twitter to see how it's doing yet, but Release the Fresh.
Oh, Release the Fresh, yeah. We don't know if there's any references or not.
Yeah, I don't know. I should probably check it.
You should.
But want to give it some more time, you know.
Let it get some legs. Release the Fresh. Jada Pickens release the junior.
When you look at this Conway Lady Cat offense without Asia Smith, you know, someone else is going to have to step up offensively.
Right.
And Jaden Thomas is as good a candidate as anyone.
That's 15 points a game that have to be replaced. That's significant. Pickens. Pickens! Jada Pickens!
That was pretty sweet, Jeff.
That was pretty sweet. How about that? Breaks a 26-26 tie. These Lady Hornets have come to town and acting like it's a Bryant Conway game. They are generally very close, whatever the sport. Thomas will be whistled for the foul. And in this 2-point game, see, referee's going to talk about it. And actually, they're going to.
I was wondering if it was going to be. The reason you thought it was going to be Jaden is because how
Right.
far her arm was extended. But I think that's a call that can go either way just because they were both going for the ball. It seemed like Jaden had more possession than the Bryant player did.
So it was called on Kalia Walker. And into the game, Jenna McMillan, Lydia York, and Nia Somerville. Good ball movement on the perimeter. Great to see. York, she'll track it down. Somerville, Yelder. Four players beyond the three-point arc, including that young lady, Reagan Rotzel. Between Reagan's legs, good job to hold on to it. 3.5 to go. Good idea, but the pass was a little too high for Jenna McMillan.
You mentioned it on that possession, but it just felt different. The ball was moving a lot more in that one possession than it has this whole first half.
Well, and we've talked about the different combinations that this team has got to work through to find exactly which five they're going to have on the court at different times. This is another one of those times. How many times have we seen these five on the court together?
Yeah. I'm going to say we haven't.
Yeah, it hasn't happened often. That's a deep three by Walker. Three-point basket goes. 29-28. 3 minutes to go in the first half. Bryant. They go to the free throw line.
This Bryant team wants that 4 seed.
India Atkins at the line.
Fly swatters are out.
Oh, for the Hornets.
Yeah.
Nice. Need to look and see if our boy Mason Choate's up there with his signs. Where a couple of games ago, he had the sign that said, "Old people make noise." Or "Make noise, old people," whatever it was. Tell you who's making some noise tonight. That's Bryant. Lady Hornets on top by 2. And they get the ball right back. Out of bounds, coming the other way. Boys game to follow. It will feature the number 1 and number 2 seeds out of the 6A Central this year. Bryant winning their first conference championship in 30 years. Rotzel. Jenna McMillan, partially blocked. Bryant's going to keep it and have a 2-point lead. Foul in the backcourt. Called on Lydia York. Kaja Chapman, Jada Pickens, and Jaden Thomas will check back into the game. Again, these teams played each other right at a month ago, and Conway won 73-34. Gave up 34 points in the entire game. Bryant scored 30. There's still 2 minutes to go in the first half.
Yeah, Conway shot lights out in that game. That's that's the challenge. I mean, it's the same thing every week. If they're shooting well, they coast, you know, but when they're not shooting well, it can become a struggle at times for this offense to move the ball and get some looks.
Maya Yelder gets the basket. Muse tied at 30. Walker bumps into Kaija Chapman, gets the shot to fall. And a steal by Atkins. And with a minute and a half to play in the first half, they have matched their point total and now passed their point total from a month ago. You kind of get the idea you may be able to hear Coach's halftime speech.
I know.
From throughout the arena.
I was thinking about that a second ago.
Wow.
Kind of want to be in there, but I don't.
Kind of don't. Minute to go. Yelder's basket cut it to 4. Jaden Thomas comes up with the air ball. Final 45 seconds. Jada Pickens to an open Kaija Chapman, but charge will be called. That's still just the 6th team foul between the two teams combined in this first half.
It's a bad call. Challenge for these Lady Cats is this game, it doesn't matter. It's hard to get yourself up sometimes. And it's senior night. Probably been a really silly day, I imagine.
Probably.
Because I know how these players are off the court.
Walker. 6-point lead for Bryant.
But Hutchcraft not calling any timeouts in this half. She's making them work through it.
And she hasn't moved in about 2 minutes either, except to just turn her body to look at the action in front of her. Yelder will go to the line.
Personal foul on Bryant's number 21,
Robin Gordon whistled for the foul.
At the line to shoot 2, Maya Yelder.
Good look at Maya Yelder playing her final home game tonight. She will be recognized along with the other seniors between games.
Heard she was doing some karaoke.
Prior to the game,
Prior
yes.
to the game, yeah.
4-point game, 38-34. Muse with 5 seconds to go, a deep three. Won't go, fought for it. Chapman gets the rebound, and that's going to do it. Bryant, he came to play tonight, 38-34. They have the 4-point lead as we go to halftime. Time now for the Conway Regional Health System halftime show.
Hi, I'm Dr. Greg Kendrick with Conway Regional Health System. Conway Regional has been an important part of this community since 1938, providing excellent care with skill and compassion. But we're not just a hospital. Let me tell you about some of our fantastic facilities and services. Located off of College Avenue, just a few blocks down from the medical center, Conway Regional After Hours Clinic is equipped to handle a wide variety of problems for patients of all ages. If you need urgent care, and it's after work or on the weekend, the Conway Regional After Hours Clinic is open 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Conway Regional After Hours Clinic, your best option for after-hours care. Located on Robinson Avenue next to Laurel Park, the Conway Regional Rehabilitation Hospital is one of only 4 licensed inpatient rehab hospitals in the entire state. Patients are cared for by specially trained staff under the direction of an on-site physician who specializes in rehabilitation medicine. Conway Regional Rehab Hospital, your choice for comprehensive care to bring you one step closer to home.
Fitness is about so much more than exercise. It's a catalyst for positive change, and it affects every aspect of your life. Conway Regional Health and Fitness Center is your source for comprehensive medical-based health and fitness programs. Dedicated to improving the wellness of those within our community, we offer something for everyone in the family. Conway Regional Health and Fitness Center, over 20 years of health and wellness in our community.
With 4 locations in Conway and Greenbrier, some with extended clinic hours, Our dedicated team provides therapy services, including physical, speech, and occupational therapy, aquatic therapy, cardiac rehabilitation, sports outreach, and pelvic floor rehabilitation. At Conway Regional, we are committed to providing all of our patients the highest quality of care.
38-34 at halftime. Bryant has the lead. Bryant has the lead, Levi.
You can definitely tell that this game means more to one team than the other. And just visually, by the way Bryant played in the first half, played with so much more intensity than these Lady Cats did, which is always surprising. You expect these Lady Cats to show up. But Conway struggling to shoot tonight from the three-point line, just 2 of 12, 17%. And Bryant, 5 of 15. We said it earlier, anytime these Lady Cats are shooting in the mid-20s or lower from the three-point line, it can become a struggle.
Muse. The Cats have been winning games. 35-point, 36-point average. Trailing by 4 at home on senior night. Only 2 losses of the year coming to Fort Smith Northside.
I expect a much cleaner second half.
I would think so. Good ball movement, missed layup. Kaja Chapman had an open look at it. Walker extends the lead to 6.
Part of their struggles, too, have been on the defensive end, just giving up easy shots like that. Jada Pickens looking a little uneasy over there.
Reagan Rotzel, 65th made three-pointer of the season. Yeah, Jada was moving a little gingerly.
The other big thing for the Lady Cats in the first half, uncharacteristically more turnovers than their opponent in the first half. They've had 14 to Bryant's 11, and a lot of them just really sloppy passes. Like that.
Yeah, and Coach Hutchcraft looking back at Coach Gifford and just what is going on? Lydia York is going to get a chance to come in. First on Kaja Chapman. Atkins at the line. India 5'6" junior. 10 points in the first half. Now Lydia York is going to come in and replace Kaja Chapman. So much smaller lineup on the court. York at 5'4", Chapman at 5'10", so giving up a half a foot. Jaden Thomas fell into the lane, so a second try at the free throw.
I'd say it's run and gun time for these Lady Cats.
I would think so.
They're with smaller lineup, but it's, let's be honest, it's always that time.
If the gym is open. Wave off the shot. Guess there was a lane violation by the shooter that time. All right.
I think they were calling it on Wang.
Oh, okay.
Which was part of the reason why I think Jaden jumped early last time, but.
Rotzel comes up with it after the bad pass. York to Pickens, back to Lydia York. Rotzel, York in the corner for 3. Can't get the shot to fall. Walker with the rebound. Can't hold on to it. Conway basketball.
Lady Cats outscored in the second quarter 21-16. You don't see them giving up 20-plus points very often.
No, you do not. Thomas. Jada Pickens held ball. It is going to belong to Bryant. 5:25 to go, 5:24 to go. Clock ticks down to 5:24, and a 3-point lead for Bryant. Bryant needs this. A win tonight would put them as the 4 seed going to Northwest Arkansas next week. A loss likely dropping to 5. Walker for 3. Got it. She's got 20 points tonight. Kalia Walker. Got it. Lydia York. And a 30-second timeout. Conway trails by 3. We'll take 30 seconds and come back on Conway Corp Channel 5.
As we celebrate our 20th anniversary, all of us at Legacy Fencing want to thank you, the citizens of Conway and Faulkner County, for making us your favorite fencing company. Our goals remain unchanged, to provide fencing based on its longevity in years and not solely on the price per foot. We do one fence at a time at a competitive price. For 20 years now, Legacy Fencing has been turning first-time customers into returning customers. That's the Legacy difference.
Courtside Cats. Man, I love when they're here.
It makes a big difference every time.
3-point game. Reagan Rotzel got the steal but couldn't control it. Shot is up and good by Gordon. Pickens to Lydia York. Look at that ball movement. Hit it, Reagan Rotzel. Going to stay on this end. Walker.
Pass is a little bit sharper here so far in the third quarter. Just got to start hitting some shots.
Great ball movement on that possession. 4 quick passes. Ball never touched the ground. They say Jaden Thomas traveled with it. 5-point lead for the Lady Hornets.
You don't like that outcome, but I would like to see them run more of those sets where Jaden Thomas is the one coming in up around the elbow instead of Maya Elder. Just get a little bit more of that in the mix.
Halfway through the third quarter. Trotter to Walker, get a hand in her face. That shot looked good too. Jaden Thomas gets the rebound. Rotzel. Nice job to Maya Yelder. Maya, pull up. Lydia York, great job on the offensive glass. Lady Cats will live to have another possession here. Jada Pickens. Twice off the rim. Bryant in transition. Out of bounds, going to be called off of Bryant. Really nice crowd on hand tonight. Senior night, a Friday night. Last regular season game of the year. Lydia York for 3. Shot's just not falling. Out of bounds, off of Conway.
To reset the situation here for you. For Bryant, a win tonight guarantees you the 4 seed heading into the state tournament next week. A loss probably guarantees you the 5 seed, as Central expected to win against Mount St. Mary. So it's a very important game for these Lady Hornets, and these Lady Cats, much to our dismay, just haven't been able to get things going tonight.
Rotzel for 3. Kaja Chapman, good job on the offensive glass. Got it. Reagan Rotzel answers Kalia Walker's 3-pointer. Walker, number 25 for Bryant, has got 23 points tonight. That's following a 21-point game against North Little Rock on Tuesday. Yelder with the board. And 1. Jaden Thomas. Really nice job to control her body as she got hit. Got the shot up and then off the glass. Free throw coming.
Now, the optimist in me, which comes out occasionally,
Okay.
would say you know what? You're going to have to win ugly tonight. And maybe that's okay because you might have to win ugly in that quarterfinal round and in that semifinal
That's
round.
right. Thomas gets the shot to fall. It's a 2-point game with 2 minutes to play in the third quarter.
It's always easier for us fans and viewers when the shots are falling because things don't get as stressful, but might be a good experience tonight for these Lady Cats.
Well, they haven't been. And one. How about Jada Pickens? I was going to say they have not been in any sort of duress except for the games that they've lost. Every other win except for the first North Little Rock game has been 20 plus,
right.
30 plus. And so you're right, they have not had any games this year except for the few that they felt like this.
The only other game was the Central game until that third quarter.
Right, through the first half. You're exactly right.
A lot of times the Lady Cats can just out-talent their opponents. Tonight, that just hasn't been the case.
Coach Brad Matthews takes a timeout before his Lady Hornet lost the basketball, so we'll take it with the teams on the court. 30 seconds and we're back on Conway Corp Channel 5.
At Conway Regional, every day brings new challenges and celebrations. And one of those celebrations is being named the #1 hospital in the state for orthopedic care. While we're proud of our awards, our team is driven by something more. You. You're our #1. And for us, that's the #1 worth celebrating. One team, one promise. Conway Regional.
1 point game for the Lady Cats. They have come back and taken a lead. Minute 36 to play in the third quarter. That's Walker. What a night she's had. Stolen away by the Lady Cats. Maya Yelder will go to the free throw line.
Personal foul on Bryant's number 10. Now
Maya, an 81% free throw shooter.
at the line to shoot 2.
She has attempted the most free throws by the active Lady Cats by a lot. In fact, the second most attempted free throws on this team of the players who are active coming in was Jaden Thomas with 47. And she has shot 116 coming in and adds some more to that tonight. She and Asia Smith handling the basketball the majority of the time, going to the free throw line the majority of the time. 2-point lead for Conway with 1:10 to go. Clock running.
For the Lady Cats, maybe you keep playing like you don't have a 2-point lead. That might be the strategy the rest of the night.
Steal. Jaden Thomas uses her body, shields the defender, left hand off the glass. That is exactly like you teach it.
It's a near impossible task for defenders coming at her in those situations because her arms are so long that no matter how much contact and how in there you can get against her body, those arms, man, she can just get that extension away from you to draw the contact, but then also still be able to put the ball up.
And you wonder, I mean, she's just a 9th grader. How much more growing is she going to do? She's 5'10". Will she be a 6-foot player? And with the way that she handles the basketball?
Yikes.
Yeah, no, it's the present is bright, so is the future.
Conway Blue was on the floor at halftime. There was some size on that team.
Yes, and they went 27-0 this year as 9th graders. 3-point basket by Trotter is no good. We're going to get Kaija Chapman over the back.
Oscars are this Sunday, Jeff.
Yes.
I'm just randomly bringing that up. No,
what made you think of that?
I don't know. I'm not sure. You never know how the brain works.
Sure.
It just, things come to my head sometimes.
You never know. Well, that was just a mess. All right. Everything's straightened out now. Final 30 seconds of the third quarter. Lady Cats have battled back here in the third quarter to take the lead. They trailed by 4 at halftime. They're up 5 with the final shot here of the quarter.
I say let's find Reagan Rotzel.
That'd be fine. Or Maya Yelder. A chance here for Bryant. They'll count the basket by Tierra Trotter. And not a great possession at the end of the quarter for the Lady Cats. Instead, it turns into 2 points. And it's a 3-point game as we go to the fourth. 60 seconds and we're back on Conway Corp Channel 5.
This is my home. And here's my hot water heater, located right above my living room. And here's the mess it made when it leaked. Really leaked. Kind of throws off the ambiance, don't you think? Well, I stayed calm and called the experts at All Clean Restoration. So here it is, my living room before the water damage and my living room after. Or as I like to think, my living room before All Clean, my living room after All Clean. All Clean Restoration, proudly serving all of Arkansas.
At Conway Regional, every day brings new challenges and celebrations. And one of those celebrations is being named the #1 hospital in the state for women's health. Plus, we're the only hospital in Conway using state-of-the-art 3D mammography. While we're proud of our awards, our team is driven by something more. You. You're our #1. And for us, that's the #1 worth celebrating. One team, one promise, Conway Regional.
3-point game. At this point, I think every Wampus Cat and Lady Cat fan would sign up for an ugly win, because that would mean a win.
Yes.
And this one's been much tougher than it should have been, probably.
It's probably not the way that most of them saw the night going. I imagine they probably thought all the seniors are going to get to play tonight, and that's just not how it's panned out. Lady Cats outscored Bryant 19-12 in that third quarter.
Got it. Reagan Rotzel drains the three-pointer. 15 points. No, that's not right. They've got Maya Yelder with that basket. 14 points instead for Reagan Rotzel. I say they, if you're wondering. It's the scoreboard that they keep up with the points.
Yeah, 4 3-pointers tonight for Reagan and her third 2-point field goal of the year.
And a rare 2-point field goal, right. 4-point lead for the Lady Cats. You would love to see a significant lead here towards the end of the game so those seniors could get in. And plus it'd be better for your blood pressure.
Yeah.
Yelder. The lead is 6.
I don't feel like my blood pressure or my fellow senior friends on the bench are going to get their wish tonight.
Shot is up and good by India Atkins.
You have to give Bryant a lot of credit.
Without a doubt. No, you're exactly right.
That game a month ago, 73-34 on their home court.
Jenna McMillan. She has become a streaky shooter in a good way. She starts knocking some down, and she can hit a bunch in a row. Atkins. Jenna McMillan, the shortest player on the court, all 5'2" of her, battling for that rebound. Yelder has it blocked. Held ball. Going to go the other way.
Got a score update from the North Little Rock Cabot game. North Little Rock up 50-32 at the end of the third quarter.
Okay.
So that one seemingly in hand for North Little Rock. That means Cabot will be the 6th seed no matter what happens in this game or the Central and Mount St. Mary game.
Right.
Haven't seen a Central score, but you assume they're probably going to win that game.
Right. And then that would put Cabot, if things hold, as the 6. And again, that's significant to Conway fans because the Lady Cats' first game is the winner of the West 3 and the Central 6, which things hold will be Cabot and Rogers.
It makes sense that the high school basketball gods would find a way, a potential way for Coach Crowder and Coach Hutchcraft to maybe see each other one last time.
One more time. Reagan Rotzel, back of the rim, no good. Carla Crowder, the legendary head coach for Cabot. She was at Cabot for many, many years. Before that, she was at Bryant. And she is retiring this year. Jada Pickens can't get it to fall. Steen with the rebound.
I've been giving Bryant a lot of credit tonight. I give these Lady Cats some credit here in the second half. They have picked up the intensity.
Three-pointer is missed by Atkins. Jada Pickens, a nice job to control it. Thomas. Reagan Rotzel, shot is blocked. Jaden Thomas tracks it down. Going to get Kalia Walker for the foul. That'll be her third. She got to 23 points scored pretty quickly in the third quarter and has been held quiet since that point, still stuck at 23. It's the 7th team foul, and so 1-1 here for Jaden Thomas. Thomas, the freshman, a 62% free throw shooter.
As you think about things that she can work on as she progresses in her high school career, free throw shooting percentage, definitely an area that she can get better in.
Well, and she'll shoot a whole lot more as her career goes on, too, because she will be one of the focal points offensively for this team in years to come. So the Lady Cats have extended that lead out to 63-54. We don't keep up with this stat, but it's safe to assume it's their largest lead of the night.
Yes, it is, for sure.
4.5 to go. Lady Cats locked into the 2 seed. Going to finish off the regular season with a win over a rival. Great hustle. Pickens. Jada, soft off the glass. That is so hard to do. You're going quickly down court. Soft off the backboard and in. Hughes with the rebound.
And that amazing play, impossible without the tremendous effort from Maya Yelder.
Trotter, she knocks down the three-pointer, and a timeout taken by the Lady Hornets. 3:52 to play in the game. Lady Cats are up 65-57. We will take 60-second break here and come back on Conway Corp Channel 5.
Jay!
Hey, Lindsay.
Hey! How's it going?
Good.
What you been up to?
Oh, just working. Looks like our 20th year will be the busiest.
God, Jay, that's crazy. It seems like just yesterday I was coming over to hang out with your sister and you were just the little brother.
Hey, speaking of change, you got a house full of kids now.
I know. It's just crazy. But, you know, one thing that hasn't changed, Jay, is Legacy Fencing and their commitment to Faulkner County. Y'all are still the best of the best after 20 years.
Yeah, and I tell you what, we've been making first-time customers repeat customers for 20 years now.
That's so great, Jay. Well, it was so good to see you.
Good to see you, Lindsay.
Have
You
a good day. You too. Bye.
We're honored to be celebrating 20 years of service to the Conway community. As Conway has grown in the last 2 decades, so have we. Thank you for allowing us to be your first choice in all your fencing needs.
(65-57), 3:40 to go. Starters still in the game. Jaden Thomas all the way to the basket. I say starters in the game, with the exception of Jenna McMillan, who's in for Kaija Chapman. Pickens sliding around. Trotter coming back the other way. 3-on-1. Muse. Maya Yelder went flying by, and I thought she just got a hand on the ball, but must have got a little bit of a wrist as well. So 3 free throws upcoming for Mackenzie Muse.
4 Lady Cats in double figures tonight, led by #ReleaseTheFresh.
Come on.
Jaden Thomas, 21 points. Got Rotzel and Maya Yelder with well, okay. Yelder's got 17. Rotzel's, I'm confused. 11? I thought she had 14.
I think what happened was, what happened? What had happened?
What had happened was, I'm not sure because I thought Stats had it right, but I should just believe him.
On the scoreboard, they don't have it right.
Well, she's had 4 3-pointers.
That's 12.
So that's 12. So the scoreboard's definitely wrong.
Has
Yeah,
Maya
you were right before. That's right. You were right before, and then you changed it because you thought you missed something.
Don't question
Stats,
yourself.
Never question yourself. You know what you're doing.
You're a paid statistical professional. Trust yourself. Jaden Thomas, front of the rim. Final 3 minutes, it's a 7-point lead. Lady Cats need a stop. That is not a stop. That is a 3-point basket that cuts the lead to 4. Bryant will not go away.
Wow. Hadn't seen many lazy passes the second half. Bad time for one.
Walker. And she hit her head hard. She's getting up. That's good to see. Free throws coming.
It's been a little bit of a free throw disparity tonight. Conway's been to the free throw line 13 times. They made 10.
Okay.
It's been a lifesaver for them trying to climb back in. This will only be the 5th free throw attempt of the night for Bryant.
And still just the 4th team foul against the Lady Cats, so still a few to give before the bonus kicks in. She's had a great night. 24 points tonight for the senior Kalia Walker. All the way in, Jada Pickens. Pickens with 12. Trotter picked up her dribble. Not a good idea in the corner, and the Lady Cats have it. Coming back the other way, up by 5. This team will not play again until next Friday night at 7. So you can imagine there will be some spirited practices between now and then to get them ready for the state tournament. Timeout taken by the Lady Cats. We'll take it with them. Full timeout here, 60 seconds, and we're back on Conway Corp Channel 5.
At Conway Regional, every day brings new challenges and celebrations. And one of those celebrations is being named the #1 hospital in Central Arkansas for overall hospital care. While we're proud of our awards, our team is driven by something more. You. You're our #1. And for us, that's the #1 worth celebrating. One team, one promise. Conway Regional.
You got insurance to protect your car against other drivers, but are you protecting it against the muddy disasters it faces every day? Zip's Dirt Insurance has you covered. It gives you unlimited washing at any of our convenient locations, starting at $14.95 a month. That's less than 50 cents a day. Protection to keep your car clean without worrying about muddy mishaps. Zip's Unlimited Wash Club. It's like having dirt insurance for your car. Zip in, zip out, zip on.
It's a 5-point lead for the Lady Cats with 2:06 to play as they are battling down to the end here.
5-point lead. They're in the 1-1. They're 10 of 13 from the free throw line. So all of these numbers shape up for a good outcome for these Lady Cats. That 3-point shooting, we've talked about it all night, how tough it's been. Maya was making me scared there for a moment. It's creeped up all the way to 25%, 7 of 28. It was as low as 14% very early in the game. Not great, but it's gotten better in the second half.
Inside to Kaija Chapman. Good move on the inside and gets the shot to fall. Lead out to 7 with 90 seconds to play. Lead is 5. India Atkins all the way to the glass. This is the shot to fall.
Probably the worst defensively I've seen these Lady Cats this season.
Yelder with free throws coming.
They've missed in transition, getting back. So many easy layups for Bryant. I think that's probably going to be the #1 thing, if I was guessing.
Yeah.
Based on some of the reactions I've seen from Coach on the sideline tonight, we're probably going to have to shore that up in this next week. And it's just effort. It's just getting back, just making sure you're getting back and paying attention to what's going on the floor.
We haven't talked a tremendous amount about it, but, there's still a big part of this team that's trying to work out what the new identity is and the new roles and the new everything. It's not just one missing piece. It is a major missing piece that they've got to figure out. Now, they've got the lead out to 7, but Asia Smith, she casts a big shadow, and when she's not there, it is noticeable. Pass is thrown away. Minute 9 to play. Lady Cats up 7. No reason to be in any sort of hurry. Thomas. Jaden will go to the free throw line.
Lady Cats still losing the turnover battle tonight. Very strange outcome for Conway. 20 turnovers tonight for them against 19 for Bryant.
Final score from Cabot. North Little Rock has defeated Cabot. And so North Little Rock finishes 11-3 in the conference. A win by Conway tonight, they will finish tied as far as the record goes. Conway wins the tiebreaker, so they get the number 2 seed. Thomas hits the second free throw. Cabot now at 5-9. Waiting on the final from Central. They're playing Mount St. Mary tonight. Likely a Central win, and that will lock up Cabot and Rogers being the 2 teams that play. Whoever survives that game will get Conway a week from tonight. In fact, we will be getting just underway 1 week from right now. Games will be live on Channel 5 and 585. They'll also be online, conwaycorp.com/WC2Go. The games are in Centerton. It is obviously a haul up there. So if you're not going to be able to make it on Friday night, we've got the games for you. And if we win, we'll be there Saturday night too.
If you can't make it, we got you. That's what we do.
We gotcha.
It is literally the only contribution we can make to the basketball season.
Yes.
But we will do it, and we will do it well.
Yelder hits the second free throw. What a night for the senior. 21 points tonight. Or does she have 18 points tonight?
18.
18 points tonight. Scoreboard still has her with the 3 that Reagan Rotzel hit earlier.
Whoa.
Deep 3. Mackenzie Muse gets the errant shot. Walker, 3-pointer in and out, no good. Steen draws a foul. So it is going to be one of those winning ugly situations, but it is going to be a win. And it is going to have been ugly, but it still counts in the W column. Conway, I think I mentioned a moment ago, they would be tied with North Little Rock, but that's not the case. They'll be 12-2 and have a 1-game advantage over North Little Rock. Even if they would have lost tonight, they would have still been tied or got the second seed because of the tiebreaker. Some of the seniors coming out, Reagan Rotzel and Maya Yelder. Actually, Reagan Rotzel will not come out. Maya Wiseman is in the game. Nia Somerville's in the game. Emily Cecil's in the game. You have 5 seniors out there. Final 10 seconds, 77-68. Trotter has it blocked by Reagan Rotzel. Reagan Rotzel leads this team in block shots.
Nobody is better at that move right there, getting out on those perimeter shooters, getting a hand up.
You got to give some credit to Bryant tonight. They fought really, really hard, and not only were toe-to-toe, but they were the better team on the court for much of tonight's game. But they were not at the end, and the Lady Cats get the victory. Final score, 77-68. Lady Cats finished the regular season at 25-4 overall and 12-2 in conference play. They're ranked number 3 in the state according to the Democrat Gazette. They are the locked-in number 2 seed. for the state tournament next week at Bentonville West.
4 Lady Cats in double figures tonight, led by the freshman Jaden Thomas, 23 points, 8 rebounds, 18 points from Maya Yelder, 18 and 9 rebounds, 14 points from Reagan Rotzel, and 12 from Jada Pickens. That was a hard 12 from her tonight.
Yeah, it was. Good win for the Lady Cats, 77-68. All right, we'll take a break here now. We'll get ready for the boys' game, and we're probably about 20 minutes or so away from the boys' game. So we'll have that for you coming up in just a little while. You'll see our slides that'll run, so you'll hear some music playing, so you'll know that we're still here, but we will have that for you coming up. Good look at some of the fans that are here. There's a good crowd on hand tonight. More Wampus Cat basketball coming up on Conway Corp Channel 5. Welcome back to Buzz Bowling Arena. Jeff and Levi with you, the entire Channel 5 crew here tonight. We are just moments away from starting Conway and Bryant, the two top-seeded teams from the 6A Central. Bryant is the number 1 seed going into next week's state tournament. Conway is the number 2 seed. Those are locked into place, but there's still a lot to play for. It is senior night, and it is Conway, Bryant, and Levi. It is always intense.
Vengeance. That's what's to play for tonight. A month ago, your Conway Wampus Cats at Bryant tied up at 25 at halftime. They had a 12-point lead deep into the third quarter, 10-point lead into the fourth quarter, and they gave it away to Bryant. So there's a lot of bragging rights on the line tonight, even though, like you said, it doesn't matter. The seeding is decided. But, man, what a confidence boost this would be for your Wampus Cats to get a win over the top-seeded team from the Central as you head into that Friday matchup next week.
This Bryant team on Tuesday night with the victory over North Little Rock wrapped up their first conference championship since 1989. It's been 30 years since they won a conference championship, and that young man that was just introduced, number 2, is one of the big reasons why. Kalen Robinson, an electrifying 6-foot junior. He starts along with Traylon Payne, Rodney Lambert, Cameron Hunter, who is an outstanding sophomore, and Cottrell Wallace. This is a Bryant team coached by Michael Abrahamson that only has 1 senior in the starting lineup.
Great.
So there's that.
Yeah.
Now these Wampus Cats playing host tonight to Bryant. Kylan Milton, Caleb London, Trey Tull, Jakylan Kaiser, and Terry Clardy. Those are your starters. Kylan Milton averaging 12 points a game and 5.5 rebounds.
That's my starting 5 that I like right there. That's the starting 5 I've been most comfortable with here in conference season. And I think there was some experimentation in the middle part of the conference season, but they've really gone back to this starting 5.
Caleb London averaging 14.5 points a game. He is the leading point getter for this team. There's Jakylan Kaiser.
Had a prom proposal.
Yeah, that was very emotional.
I know.
I thought someone got proposed to, and I realized it was high school proposal. It was a really big deal in that moment, and so I was excited to be a witness to it.
Senior night is emotional, Jeff.
Yeah,
always.
It was great to see Alexis Tollfree, former Lady Cat, along with her. Well, the Wampus Cats are in a good mood. The Maya Yelder, her sister, is part of senior night festivities tonight. And as we mentioned during the girls' game, it is a great crowd on hand. You do not have to go very far without seeing folks.
Marvin Delph said it a few weeks ago, so I don't need to repeat it, but the way this gym looks tonight is the way this gym should look anytime there's a basketball game going on in here.
And rumor has it, the concession stand is so busy, they ran out of hot dogs.
I believe it. They're still busy. I can see it over there.
Look at that line over there.
They're not used to the volume.
All right, we're ready to go. Bryant and Conway, always entertaining, no matter what the sport. Conway losing by 2 at their place a month ago. You talked about it, Levi. That was a game in which Conway led 28 of the 32 minutes.
Well,
before falling by 2.
If that game had gone differently, you know, it might be, this game would probably be a lot more important tonight.
Yes.
In terms of the seeding.
Missed opportunities on both ends so far. That's Traylon Payne. Kalen Robinson, Rodney Lambert, Cameron Hunter, and Cottrell Wallace are the starters. This team has a 12-game winning streak. They lost their first game of the conference season to Fort Smith Northside. Close game. Since then, they haven't lost again. 12-1. They have the number 1 seed. Caleb London, too strong. Rebound to Rodney Lambert. Loose ball, still loose. Still loose. Wallace comes out of there with it. Open three on the wing. Got it. Cameron Hunter, the sophomore. He had a double-double in that win over North Little Rock on Tuesday night that wrapped up the conference title. A game that was played at the old Bryant Gymnasium, most likely the final game there. They've got a new building that's under construction. They expect it to be ready by next November.
Kind of have a feeling that this time next year we might be getting ready to go to Bryant, for a state tournament.
Very likely, very likely. Caleb London scores. Classy students are out in force tonight. There's about 10 rows deep, all wearing white.
White out?
Looks good. That's Lambert, the only senior in this starting lineup. Blocked. Robinson. Looked like a walk, looked like a charge. Instead, it's Conway coming back the other way. Trey Tall. Front of the rim, no good.
Whew.
Terry Clardy.
Catch my breath, Jeff.
Terry Clardy making like Malik Benton, going out and knocking the pass away, playing a little safety.
A lot of back and forth in the first 2 minutes of this game.
And 5 points. So, yeah, low scoring, a lot of back and forth. Payne. That's Lambert, he's the sophomore. Kalen Robinson will go to the line. Kylan Milton whistled for the foul. Robinson's their best player. On Tuesday night, he had 25 points, 7 rebounds. When we played them a month ago, he led the way with 27 points.
Colin Kaiser led the way for Conway at 20.
Yeah.
His biggest point output for the season.
And a double-double, 20 and 14. 14 rebounds that night for Ja'Kylan. Three-point lead for the visitors from Bryant. It's Trey Tall to Terry Clardy. Tall, open look for three. Got it. Trey Tall leads the team with 35% from the three-point line. The steal in the basket. Trey Tall.
Should have been an and one. Took a lot of contact.
Wampus Cats quickly take the lead, 7-5, thanks to Trey Tall. Classy students chanting defense. Kalen Robinson, the dish. Trey Tall, give him credit for the steal. Alley! It's a good look at it. Terry Clardy called for the foul.
You can just hear the difference in this arena tonight.
Yes.
And it should be like this all the time. I'm going to keep harping on that tonight.
I'm glad you are.
It's it's games like this, it's nights like this that make you realize how stark of a difference it is on the other nights.
Yeah. And we do these games with headphones on. It is loud in this building, and it's exactly like it ought to be. Halfway through the first quarter, 7-5. Looked like Kalen Robinson might have double dribbled, no call. Milton. Ja'Kylan Kaiser got his hands on it. Terry Clardy and one. Clardy, fantastic body control. Gets the shot and will go to the line.
Kind of feel like flexing and banging my chest, and I'm just sitting up here. I don't know what's going on, Jeff.
Four-point lead. Levi's flexing and pounding his chest. Payne. Ja'Kylan Kaiser affected that shot. Caleb London. He and Kylan Milton can't get on the same page. So Trey Tull is going to come out along with Kylan Milton, and we'll see Bryce Bohannon and Christian Williams. Nine to 5 is our score. Conway ranked number 5 in the state according to the Arkansas Democrat Gazette. That's the number you see in parentheses on your screen. Number 2 for Bryant. Caleb London goes up, two-hand flush, and a timeout taken by Bryant. Conway up 6. Buzz Bowling Arena is alive. We'll take 30 seconds to come back on Conway Corp Channel 5.
At Conway Regional, every day brings new challenges and celebrations. And one of those celebrations is being named the #1 hospital in Central Arkansas for overall hospital care. While we're proud of our awards, our team is driven by something more. You. You're our #1. And for us, that's the #1 worth celebrating. One team, one promise, Conway Regional.
Good shot of the Classy students. Brandon Gibbons there. Real good dude, Wampus Cat football player. And an Oklahoma City Thunder fan, which makes me like him even the more. I, too, am a fan of the Thunder.
Thunder up, right? That's
Hashtag
still the
Thunder
phrase?
up. Yes, it's still the phrase. Hashtag 2019 champions. Well, okay, I'm sorry.
Slow down.
I'm out of my mind. Just a tiny little bit. 3 minutes to play in the opening quarter. Conway was struggling offensively. Up 11-5 now.
It is funny that you bring up 2019 champions, because I was thinking about this today, Jeff.
Okay.
Your Wampus Cats, they're the 2 seed. They get that first round bye. They just have to win 2 games.
That's right.
To get to the championship.
2 games in 2 days.
And then you're likely to face, most likely, in my opinion, either North Little Rock or the
Bryant.
team we're facing right now.
Yeah.
And guess what? Me and those Wampus Cats, we're not afraid of either one of those teams. You can just really see this shaping up to be something special, and it's exciting.
I'm just glad to know that you aren't afraid, because I know there are a lot of times that you do get afraid.
In football, yeah.
In football, definitely.
I'm shaking all the time. Well, and when they score 2 points in a quarter, then I get afraid.
Yes.
But they're well past that mark tonight.
Foul's going to be called, and Coach Longing not happy about it. Bryce Bohannon whistled for the foul.
And I'll tell you what it is. We've just seen this program slowly climb back up year after year the past, I'd say, 5 years?
Yeah.
And you could just see it coming for a while now. And now you're seeing the actual output with this 2 seed, the bye. It's just a really exciting time to be a Wampus Cat basketball fan again.
Which is exactly why this building needs to sound and feel like this much more often. 3-point basket by Rodney Lambert. 2 minutes to play in the opening quarter. Foul is going to be called on Cameron Hunter. My apologies for the radio silence there for a minute, but I thought, am I seeing what I think I'm seeing?
He's still arguing about it.
Christian Williams misses the three-pointer. Ja'Kylan Kaiser goes up.
And you can see even the way he gave the ball back to the official. That official was talking to him.
Yes.
Now he's over here arguing with the other official still.
Kason Robinson checks in. Jonathan Hall. Kylan Milton back in. And we have a Mandel Campbell sighting. He is at the scorer's table. He will have to wait. Free throws missed.
He's sitting down now.
Good hands. Outlet. Bryce Bohannon on a short list of people who can catch up with that. Oh, good idea, but couldn't get the pass. Robinson. Cuts the lead to 2. Clardy. Good catch by Christian Williams.
Yeah, not many people can overthrow Bryce Bohannon.
No.
Or outthrow, I should say.
Yes. Milton. Ja'Kylan Kaiser is getting better every game. 14-10.
It's a good time to be doing that.
Yes, it is. Bad pass. Final 40 seconds. What's the call? I heard a whistle, but I saw no hands
I think they're getting the blocking foul.
on number 1, I believe. So on Traylon Payne, just the 3rd team foul, and so it'll be out of bounds. Here comes Mandel Campbell.
I was wanting to find out if he played on Tuesday, because he didn't play Friday.
That's right.
Seemed like he was, serving a little bit of time for the technical foul at Northside. I'm glad to see him back on the court.
He is instant energy. Campbell, soft shot and in. Just ran back on defense and found his spot. 6-point lead for Conway over Bryant. Final 15 seconds. That's Lambert. Gonna call a charge. These officials in no hurry to
yeah.
let,
That was
let
bizarre.
the call.
Look at the high impact minute we've got from Mandel Campbell
Right.
already.
Terry Clardy, 16-10. Wampus Cats take the 6-point lead into the second quarter. We'll take 60 seconds and come back on Conway Corp Channel 5.
You got insurance to protect your car against other drivers, but are you protecting it against the muddy disasters it faces every day? Zip's Dirt Insurance has you covered. It gives you unlimited washing at any of our convenient locations, starting at $14.95 a month. That's less than 50 cents a day. Protection to keep your car clean without worrying about muddy mishaps. Zip's Unlimited Wash Club. It's like having dirt insurance for your car. Zip in, zip out, zip on.
At Conway Regional, every day brings new challenges and celebrations. And one of those celebrations is being named the #1 hospital in Central Arkansas for coronary bypass surgery and cardiac care. While we're proud of our awards, our team is driven by something more. You. You're our #1. And for us, that's the #1 worth celebrating. One team, one promise. Conway Regional.
6-point lead for the Wampus Cats, 16-10 over Bryant. The Hornets' #2 team in the state, according to the Democrat Gazette. Pete Perkins is here tonight from the Arkansas Democrat Gazette, covering the ball game.
I need to add him to my Twitter rotation.
Yeah, please do. Pete's a great dude. I met Pete Perkins. Wow, I'd have to tell him this. I met Pete Perkins 30 years ago, 1989, when I was first getting started in Central Arkansas media. He and I were both working for a same radio station, same network, and he was doing a show in Little Rock, and invited me down to come check it out, and got to ask some questions and see behind the scenes. And I run into Pete periodically at the UCA games, and it's always good to see him. Pete Perkins, the Democrat Gazette, great sports writer.
Well, the Wampus Cats had a great first quarter, forced 9 Bryant turnovers, and shot 50% from the field.
Lambert, soft shot won't go. Bryce Bohannon.
Whoa!
I really like watching him play sports.
I know, right?
I mean, he's so much fun. So behind the back around the defender, and then pretty much went behind the back around Mandel Campbell.
Yeah, he did. It was kind of a Jada Pickens moment there, just barreling towards the basket.
Now the officials are blowing the whistle a little more. Look at Trey Tull for that one. It'll be his first.
Our buddy Theo would say that
Yes.
maybe there's a conspiracy theory that there's maybe a AAA official telling the refs, oh, you need to make these changes between quarters.
Mr. Theo watches more basketball than anyone. Well, he and Mrs. Bradley.
Alice. Yes.
Yes.
Theo and Alice Bradley. Life goals, that's what you were telling
I'm
me
telling you,
earlier.
Levi, when he talked to us earlier about the number of games he's been to this week alone, it made me think I and my wife are going to travel and just watch basketball. I don't know what we'll do in the off season. It was very presumptive of me to think that I'll have a wife at some point too.
I was just letting that linger. I wasn't going to mention it.
I owe you more than that. No, there's nothing to announce. Life goals. That's all it is.
All the way around.
All the way around, absolutely. Mandel Campbell, Caleb London, both underneath. That was interesting, and then it didn't end anyway at all like we'd hoped. Coming back the other way. Our guys can just, a few of them, can just jump out of the gymnasium.
Well, and you see how it plays out on not only on the offensive end, but on the defensive end. They can play man-to-man the entire game. They can press at any moment because they all are so athletic. They can recover. If they can make those high-risk plays and recover quickly from it.
Kalen Robinson.
Might want to watch him.
Yeah, he's really good too. 2-point game. London. Caleb, 14-foot jumper will not go. Lambert with the rebound. Stolen away. That's Bryce Bohannon coming back the other way. Jump ball, possession arrow. It's going to belong to Bryant. Ja'Kylan Kaiser and Terry Clardy come back in.
That's Mandel Campbell for you. Short minutes, but impactful minutes.
Yes. Yeah, you know he's on the court.
Such high energy when he gets on there.
Would have been a steal, but instead the kick.
Oh, okay. I thought they were calling a foul for a second. What was that? Another thing about Mandel Campbell, that shot he had, incredibly soft touch for the big man.
Blocked. Kylan Milton. Three-pointer by Payne, no good. Kaiser with the rebound. That's Kylan Milton. Wampus Cats got to protect the basketball, get it up court. As I was saying. Kalen Robinson has brought the visitors from Bryant all the way back, and they have a 1-point lead, 19-18. Looks like a 60-second timeout, full timeout, and we'll take it. 60 seconds, and we're back on Conway Corp Channel 5.
As we celebrate our 20th anniversary, all of us at Legacy Fencing want to thank you, the citizens of Conway and Faulkner County, for making us your favorite fencing company. Our goals remain unchanged: to provide fencing based on its longevity in years and not solely on the price per foot. We do one fence at a time at a competitive price. For 20 years now, Legacy Fencing has been turning first-time customers into returning customers. That's the Legacy difference.
All right, what's the name of this song?
Baby Shark.
Baby Shark.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Have you seen the Meg yet?
I don't think that's the same thing as Baby Shark.
I'm just saying there was a baby shark in it.
Oh, okay.
And
there's also a really big shark in
an
it.
enormous shark in it. We're big shark movie fans over there at my place.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Everybody's got a thing.
It's either that, sports, or True Detective. That's pretty much all I'm watching. And This Is Us.
And the Wampus Cats.
And sports, yeah, and the Wampus Cats. Jacqueline Kaiser gets the basket. Conway retakes the lead. Just their second basket of this second quarter.
Yeah, that broke a 9-2 run for Bryant. Make that 12-4 run now here in the
And have all
second quarter.
12 been from Kalen Robinson?
Well, let me tell you, Jeff.
If not, they're pretty close.
Yes, that is the answer to that question.
Wow.
Yeah, he's now with 15 points. Or make it 16 points. But yeah, in the first quarter he had 4 points. And 4.5 minutes
Yeah.
now he's gone off, as they might say.
Yeah, he's really good. And whistle. They'll get A.J. Jenkins.
Jacqueline Kaiser getting a little bit of a warning down there. Some contact with Wallace.
2-point game, 22-20. This Conway team has not lost at home this year. No losses at Buzz Bowling Arena this year for the guys.
And that's going to make for a good year in conference when you can do that.
Yes, and that's what you hope. You want to win your 7 games at home, get 4 wins if you can out of the 7, and then, 11-3, you're going to have a good year, and that's exactly what would happen if they get the win tonight. So a little controversy that gives the ball to Bryant there. Bryant fans in front of us, very happy about it, which you would expect. Lambert to Jenkins. Free throws coming. Cottrell Wallace will go to the line. Number 25 for them, as we were talking about. He's a 6'7" junior.
It's always fun when your players are juniors. It's never fun when the opposing number 1 seeded
right
players are juniors.
And they've got a bunch of them. This is Kason Robinson, number 10, that's checked in. His name is spelled very similar to Kalen Robinson, and they're both juniors. My assumption is they're twins, if not brothers.
I think that's a pretty safe assumption.
That Kalen Robinson, number 2, is one of the better players in the state. London draws the foul. That will be the 6th team foul.
Both teams with 6 fouls, so it's going to be a good opportunity for Conway to keep driving in the lane, creating some contact, try and get to that free throw line.
Kalen Robinson back in. The Hornets are up by 3, 23-20. Kaiser, strong to the basket, draws the foul, free throws coming. Wampus Cats will play in the state quarterfinals next Friday night. Game is scheduled to start at 8:30. It will be the 4th game of the night, and so if you've ever been to the state tournament, you know, rarely do they run on time once they get into that second, third, and fourth game. And so the likelihood is it will be after 8:30. But the good news is our girls play right before there, and we will be there live. Conway Corp Channel 5 and 585 in high definition. Of course, you can watch online. You know, a lot of people watch on their mobile devices. ConwayCorp.com/WC2Go. It's going to be Friday night into March Madness. Just a few weeks away on the collegiate level. Love this time of year. We will be there live, our entire Channel 5 crew.
Phrase I like to use is March is coming.
Yes, I know you said that.
I sent that
recently.
to you.
I saw that.
I meant to. March is coming.
Yes. Just days away.
What are we going to do for a week, Jeff?
Oh, I actually have plenty. You want to swing by the office? I can offload some work.
I got plenty too.
Okay. Then you should do that.
I got 2 Conway features. Well, I'm not writing both of them, but we've got our Conway features this upcoming week. Perfect time as we head into the state tournament. We'll be featuring.
I was going to ask who you featuring.
So 501 Live. This is our 501 basketball team. We'll be featuring Asia Smith for the Lady Cats and Caleb London for the Wampus Cats.
Very nice.
I'm doing one story. Mark's doing the other.
Okay.
So I'll encourage him to reach out to you, get some quotes.
I'll be happy to help. I do want to make sure that we remind people to pick up a copy of the current 501 that's around Conway in Central Arkansas right now. That includes your article about the
Lady Cat Legacies.
Lady Cat Legacies. Great article, and love the stories, and just to be reminded of what's really happening with this program. And I know that Coach Hutchcraft and everyone else associated with Conway Lady Cats were appreciative and had a lot of nice things to say, and good work on your part to do the research on that. It was a big feature that was online. I know it's floating around there too, but if you pick up the 501, good read. Great photos too.
Yeah, it looks great in the magazine. Sonia gave us a 4-page spread, so really did it justice.
Caleb London up and in. It's a 3-point game, 25-22. Offensive rebound, and then a steal. Trey Tall tracks it down. Block, Kylan Milton. 1 minute to play in the first half.
Wampus Cats have got to slow down and make sure they actually get a possession here.
It's a 3-point game. Conway trails. .40 seconds to go. Christian Williams, skip pass to Caleb London. Half a minute to play. Milton on the wing. Short. Trey Tull tracks down the rebound. Back of the rim, no good. We're going the other way. Again, those are not the looks that you would want. There's still 20 seconds to go.
Personal foul number 23.
And instead, a foul is called, and not only does Conway not get points, but now a chance for Bryant to put some points on the board here before the end of the half.
There's a fine line between playing with, what's the word I'm looking for here? Playing fast and playing rushed.
Yes.
They've been playing fast all game.
Yes.
But in the second quarter, they've just been forcing things a little bit too much. It's allowed Bryant to come in and capitalize on a bunch of Conway turnovers this quarter.
So the front end of the 1-and-1 is missed, so the Wampus Cats will have a chance to still get some points on the board here. Maybe avoid what really wasn't a great possession. Christian Williams to tie it up. Shot is missed, and that's going to be it. Well, fortunately, no more damage done there. Bryant has got a 25-22 lead as we go to the halftime. There's a great quote and I'll look up the source of it during halftime that goes along with what you're saying, Levi. It's play fast, but don't be in a hurry. And that's what it seems like they're doing at times. So we'll get this straightened out, and we'll have the second half for you coming up. 25-22, it's a 3-point lead for Bryant. Time now for the Conway Regional Health System halftime show.
Hi, I'm Dr. Greg Kendrick with Conway Regional Health System. Conway Regional has been an important part of this community since 1938, providing excellent care with skill and compassion. But we're not just a hospital. Let me tell you about some of our fantastic facilities and services. Located off of College Avenue, just a few blocks down from the medical center, Conway Regional After Hours Clinic is equipped to handle a wide variety of problems for patients of all ages. If you need urgent care and it's after work or on the weekend, the Conway Regional After Hours Clinic is open 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Conway Regional After Hours Clinic, your best option for after-hours care. Located on Robinson Avenue next to Laurel Park, the Conway Regional Rehabilitation Hospital is one of only 4 licensed inpatient rehab hospitals in the entire state. Patients are cared for by specially trained staff under the direction of an on-site physician who specializes in rehabilitation medicine. Conway Regional Rehab Hospital, your choice for comprehensive care to bring you one step closer to home.
Fitness is about so much more than exercise. It's a catalyst for positive change, and it affects every aspect of your life. Conway Regional Health and Fitness Center is your source for comprehensive medical-based health and fitness programs. Dedicated to improving the wellness of those within our community, we offer something for everyone in the family. Conway Regional Health and Fitness Center, over 20 years of health and wellness in our community.
With 4 locations in Conway and Greenbrier, some with extended clinic hours, our dedicated team provides therapy services including physical, speech, and occupational therapy, aquatic therapy, cardiac rehabilitation, sports outreach, and pelvic floor rehabilitation. At Conway Regional, we are committed to providing all of our patients the highest quality of care.
25-22 is our score at halftime. Bryant is on top by 3. You see the Wampus Cats actually warming up prior to the second half, something we haven't seen every game.
I think overall that Coach Long is probably pretty pleased with the way his Wampus Cats played, particularly in the first quarter. Second quarter, a little too many turnovers. They got outscored 15-6 in that second quarter.
Yikes.
So that tells you just how different this first half could have been if they had held on to the ball a little better and had more opportunities on the offensive end.
Did they score all 15 of their points on three-pointers? I know Kalen Robinson, I think, hit 4.
He's 4 for 5. They all came in that second quarter.
They may have hit a free throw and a layup there, too. But
There
anyway.
are 2 other Hornets that have had a three-pointer, so it's very possible that all of them could have been off of three-point shots.
Courtside Cats, Robin, our camera operator down there on that end of the Buzz Bowling Arena.
I did effort your quote.
Oh, yes, about don't be in a hurry. Or no, play fast but don't be quick. Or don't be in a hurry. What is the quote? What did I say?
You said play fast but don't be in a hurry.
Be in a hurry.
The actual quote is be quick but don't hurry.
All right.
Very similar. But you were only quoting probably the best college basketball coach of all time, John Wooden.
Coach John Wooden. Well, I knew I'd heard something like that. So he said, be quick but don't hurry.
Be quick but don't hurry.
All right, well, then we need more of that.
That's how I try and live my life with my kids.
Yes, no, that's true. Milton, London, Kaiser, Clardy, and Tull. Those are the starting 5 here at the beginning of the second half for Coach Salty Longing. Shot goes down. 1-point game.
You see Coach do this, you can't see him right now, but you see him do it all the time where he takes his hands and he just like kind of puts them together like he's forming a ball or something. I want to know what that means.
Oh, Rodney Lambert strong to the basket. Clardy tried to get the block, and to Lambert's credit, he strong to the basket and got the shot to fall.
I assume what it means is let's tighten it up.
Yeah.
You know, come in, guard the paint, which they didn't do a great job of right there.
So if it did mean that, did not get it that time. 3-point game, just about a minute into the third quarter. Kylan Milton, just over the front of the rim. 27-26.
Quick 4 points for Milton here in the third.
Love to see him get going. One of 2 Wampus Cats that average in double figures. Nifty little move to the left hand, but the shot won't go. Caleb London. Big collision and no call. Kylan Milton hustles to get the ball and throws it away. I tell you, fans and coaches on both sides are really, and maybe rightfully so, upset about that.
It's dangerous.
Right. You think when there's calls like that don't get called, a lot of times that will benefit the home team because it's going to rile up some students, some other fans. Maybe they'll feed off of that. Lambert to Kalen Robinson. Won't go. Shot is up and good by Cameron Hunter. The sophomore cleans it up. It's Terry Clardy. Bentonville West, the side of the state tournament, starts on Wednesday. Conway's teams don't play till Friday night, and we are there live. Ja'Kylan Kaiser cannot finish. Just rolls off the rim. Lambert gets the layup. Going to stay on this end. Foul called.
Good job by Kaiser getting position down there. Really the only Wampus cat in the lane. He draws the foul.
Curl pass to London. 2 trips down that the Wampus Cats have had shots, just will not go. And Cottrell Wallace gets his shot to fall. It's a 7-point game. That is not the first time tonight that it's just been a bullet pass from about 1.5 feet away.
Yeah.
Got to have just a little bit of touch on passes like that.
And we've seen such a crazy shift between the way the referees are called. The first quarter, very loose. Then to the second quarter, very tight. Now back to very loose again here in the third quarter. And it's just hard as a coach and a player to understand what's going on when there's not consistency.
Right.
Somebody get Maya Yeller out there.
She'll take a seat and clean it right up, won't she? We should have asked her about that.
She's crafty.
Kaylin Robinson. Matchup in front of you of 2 top 5 teams in the state. Democrat Gazette has Bryant number 2. Conway's ranked number 5. These 2 teams will be 2 of the favorites next week at Bentonville West. If you're wondering about the West, which we haven't really talked a whole lot about, Fayetteville is the 1 seed from up there. They're 20-5. Bentonville is 20-6. They'll be the 2 seed. So they're the other teams, along with these 2, that are getting byes into the quarterfinals.
They still had a lot of things undecided. All the games really tonight on the Central really kind of boring because can't change the outcome of the seeding.
3-point basket by Terry Clardy. Yeah, the 6 seeds were set following Tuesday night's games in the Central for the boys and in the West for the girls.
But in the West for the boys tonight, the last 3 seeds, still not fully set. Harbor earned a berth, but Rogers Heritage, Springdale, and Bentonville West all playing for those last 2 seeds.
That's right. One of those will not make it, and one of those could be the host, Bentonville West, could be out.
Well, that'd be a real bummer.
Looking forward to getting up there. We saw their football facility, of course, back in November. A chance to, we know now that there's only one way in and one way out of that parking lot.
Yes.
So we may.
Very efficient.
We may shuttle in or something. 35-29, 6-point lead for the Bryant Hornets. Jacqueline Kaiser, there he goes. 4-point game halfway through the third quarter. Wave it off, charge. Good job by Terry Clardy.
It's a Clardy charge party. See, I can just take that phrase, and whatever he does, I just slide it in, you know.
Clardy, whatever party.
Yeah. We've had a Clardy block party.
We have. And even though he's a senior, the Clardy Blank party
will continue.
Has 4 more years, with Chloe on the way for the ladies.
Man, they are just letting them manhandle each other down there. Jacqueline Kaiser, and that floor is slick. They need to do something about that.
Payne. Stolen away. Bryce Bohannon. Blocked. Easy basket that was not converted. Foul on the floor. They'll get Trey Tall. It's his second. Terry Clardy will come off. Block. Ja'Kylan Kaiser. Boy, Coach Longing not pleased. That is going to be the third called on Ja'Kylan Kaiser. Correction. It's on Bryce Bohannon, his second. So 2 on Bohannon, Tull, and Kaiser.
It's a nice break for Ja'Kylan.
Yeah, I thought it was on him with the block.
I thought Bryce fouled a few seconds earlier, so I'm not really sure what they think they saw there, but I'm just really surprised how physical they're letting them be down there after how tightly they were calling things in that second quarter.
Out of bounds. 3:05 to play. Christian Williams is going to come in. Student section not happy about something. Knocked out of bounds, going to stay with Conway. London. Smooth. Straight up. 10-foot shot with one hand. That's the lead to 4. Jenkins. Seating set. What's at stake here? Bryant trying to finish off their first conference championship in 30 years with a 13-game winning streak. The Wampus Cats have not lost at home all season, the 2018-2019 season. Undefeated at home, trying to finish that off tonight. Under 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. Christian Williams. Kaiser. London will rise and fire. Kaiser, offensive rebound.
Mandel Campbell flexing on the sideline.
And Brighton Drake doing something over there. The official getting an earful from the Bryant coaching staff. Robinson with the follow. Back to 6. London. That's Trey Tull. Got it. Christian Williams drains the 3. 30-second timeout. It's a 3-point game as we approach the end of the third quarter. We'll take 30 seconds and come back on Conway Corp, Channel 5.
At Conway Regional, every day brings new challenges and celebrations. And one of those celebrations is being named the #1 hospital in Central Arkansas for overall hospital care. While we're proud of our awards, our team is driven by something more. You. You're our #1. And for us, that's the #1 worth celebrating. One team, one promise. Conway Regional.
Under a minute to play in the third quarter. It's a 3-point game.
Both teams exploded here in the third quarter, 18 points apiece. So that 3-point lead that Bryant had still stands as we get close to the fourth quarter. And does anybody have a more pure stroke than Christian Williams?
I don't believe so, no, sir.
Just looks good when it comes off his hand.
Foul. Free throws upcoming. Caleb London is second. And the sophomore, Cameron Hunter, at the line. Talked about their game against North Little Rock on Tuesday that wrapped up the first conference title for Bryant since 1989. And in that game, Cameron Hunter, number 5 here at the free throw line, 11 points, 11 rebounds.
If North Little Rock had found a way to win that game, things would have been real hairy here tonight.
Yes.
Your Wampus Cats, I guess technically, I don't think they could have finished 3, but they could have been 1 or 2.
1 or 2, yeah. They would have had to have won by 3, because they lost by 2 there to tie them up and then to have the tiebreaker with the point system. 5-point lead. Christian Williams, step back. 2-point game. Robinson missed. Williams with the rebound. We are through 3 quarters. This has been a good one. Bryant is on top by 2, 45-43. We'll take 60 seconds. The fourth quarter is next on Conway Corp Channel 5.
You got insurance to protect your car against other drivers, but are you protecting it against the muddy disasters it faces every day? Zip's Dirt Insurance has you covered. It gives you unlimited washing at any of our convenient locations, starting at $14.95 a month. That's less than 50 cents a day. Protection to keep your car clean without worrying about muddy mishaps. Zip's Unlimited Wash Club. It's like having dirt insurance for your car. Zip in, zip out, zip on.
At Conway Regional, every day brings new challenges and celebrations. And one of those celebrations is being named the #1 hospital in Central Arkansas for coronary bypass surgery and cardiac care. While we're proud of our awards, our team is driven by something more. You. You're our #1. And for us, that's the #1 worth celebrating. One team, one promise, Conway Regional.
At the end of the first quarter, Conway led by 6. They trailed by 3 at the end of the second quarter. And now after 3 quarters of play, Bryant has got a 2-point lead, 45-43. Again, what's at stake? Well, nothing. But, but here's what we're playing for tonight. Bryant trying to finish off with a 13-game winning streak to finish the conference season. Conway trying to complete a perfect home season in 2018-2019.
They're definitely not playing like nothing's at stake here.
That's exactly right. Well, and again, anytime it's Conway and Bryant across the chests, it's going to be intense. Christian Williams hit as he shoots. No foul called. 2-point game, a half a minute in to the fourth quarter. Wampus Cats up quickly. Kylan Milton. Mandel Campbell couldn't get the finish. They're letting them play.
Are they ever? And they're just going to have to keep letting them. You can't start calling this stuff now, not in the fourth quarter.
Ouch. Kylan Milton went up. The 6'7" Cottrell Wallace stayed there on his feet. Kylan got to him and then fell hard on that shoulder. Officials were asking for a towel, I believe. Clean up the spot there where he fell.
Brooke Mines trying to get Colin Milton's attention. Finally looks up at her. Just did the whole, "You fine?" gesture.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Yeah." Real dramatic.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to come out of this game right now.
No. 2-point game, 45-43. Kylan took a nasty fall there. The foul was called. Second on Kylan. 6th team foul. Bryant's only had 2 called against them in this half. Block. Williams in the corner to Trey Tull. Out of bounds, going to stay on this end. Bryant coaches wanted the ball to be tipped.
Mandel Campbell trying to find ways to get the ball down there.
Trey Tull. Robinson on him. Caleb London. The step, the shot, the follow. Tied at 45. Cats have fought all the way back after a 6-point second quarter. Cost them the lead that they had built up in the first quarter. And they've battled back, and we're tied at 45.
It's now a 6.5-minute game.
Yes. And a win tonight would be a huge burst of energy and confidence for these Wampus Cats, who 1 week from right now will be on the court in the state quarterfinals. Tipped. Milton. Another one of those passes. Good idea. Just the execution wasn't quite there.
Yeah, a little too hard and just too low for your big guy to have to try and get his hands down there that fast.
A bounce pass there is exactly what you want. You got 6'8" who could go up and get it. Instead, 2 minutes in to the fourth quarter, and it's a tie ball game. And it's a 2-point lead now after Cottrell Wallace cleans things up for Bryant, 47-45. Terry Clardy. That's Jacqueline Kaiser. Block. That's just the 3rd team foul.
Look at where they landed versus where the contact first occurred, out by the elbow.
Just 15 foot of bodies flying around. How about your friend and mine, Giovanni Johnson, out there to clean up a little bit? He'll never mind. He'll just blend. I would say blend in with the cheerleaders, but I don't know. When you're 6'5" and dressed in khakis and a polo.
6'5" needs to move out of the way of our camera.
That is
I love
true,
you,
too.
Giovanni, but you got to move, bro.
Now he's just going to stand there.
Well, he's waiting for the towel.
Oh, okay.
He's doing his manager duties, I think.
Giovanni Johnson, just right there to the right. He could step out there and help. I can't wait to follow Rice football. It's going to be great.
Go Owls.
The Rice Owls.
I've been saying it for about 2 weeks now. Go Owls.
Go Owls go for 2 weeks.
Never have said it before, and now I'm saying it all the time.
I would need to look at their schedule, but I would think maybe the closest that they play, they might play at Memphis. I don't know, maybe Tulsa. I'm gonna ever take a road trip to see Giovanni Johnson. Caleb London goes up strong and ties it again. We're 47 apiece.
He makes the hardest shots look so easy.
He just gets above everybody. Robinson for 3. 50-47. He's got 25.
Well, I feel like there's no doubt that if you're watching this game, you're watching 2 of the best teams in the state right now.
Yeah, I agree. Kaiser, great move. Payne has it knocked away by Ja'Kylan Kaiser.
That was slick.
Holds on to it. 1 point game. Clardy gets the steal. Free throws upcoming. Wild sequence. 4:42 to play in the game. That's just the 4th team foul. Got players on both teams bent over, banged up a little bit.
Yeah, I think Clardy got a little contact there. He's have to walk that one off.
And a timeout looks to be taken on the court. Give Terry a second. Give all of us a second. 50-49, Bryant on top by 1. It's a full timeout, so we will take 60 seconds and come back on Conway Corp Channel 5.
As we celebrate our 20th anniversary, all of us at Legacy Fencing want to thank you, the citizens of Conway and Faulkner County, for making us your favorite fencing company. Our goals remain unchanged: to provide fencing based on its longevity in years and not solely on the price per foot. We do one fence at a time at a competitive price. For 20 years now, Legacy Fencing has been turning first-time customers into returning customers. That's the Legacy difference.
At Conway Regional, every day brings new challenges and celebrations. And one of those celebrations is being named the #1 hospital in the state for orthopedic care. While we're proud of our awards, our team is driven by something more. You. You're our #1. And for us, that's the #1 worth celebrating. One team, one promise. Conway Regional.
All right, so it's 50-49. The visiting Bryant Hornets have the lead, and Conway's got the ball.
Conway's out rebounding. They're winning the turnover battle. But Bryant has been lights out from three-point tonight, 7 of 14. That's 50%. And they've been to the free throw line 14 times, made 11. Conway's only been 5 times and has only made 1 free throw.
Good catch by Ja'Kylan Kaiser. Good dish. That will be free throws. Third on Cameron Hunter. And now with Conway trailing by 1, junior Caleb London, a 67% free throw shooter, steps to the line. Got to hit the second to tie.
In a game like this, I gotta imagine shooting a free throw is probably one of the hardest things to do. You're just so amped.
Absolutely. I mean, you've got to just slow everything down. See him take a deep breath and try to do just that. We've got to ask Coach Longing about the late game pulling off of the players from the free throw line.
Well, I'm sure we'll have a lot of time on Friday.
Yeah.
We'll find him.
Ball is tipped. Robinson can't get it to go. Saved by Terry Clardy to Trey Tull. Kylan Milton. Halfway through the fourth quarter, Cats on top by 2. Students coming alive. 2-point lead. Robinson and Lambert playing catch. Back to Kalen Robinson. Huge three. He's got 28. One of the best players in the state. Kalen Robinson, number 2.
He's a cold man.
Yes, he is. Six-foot, left-handed shooter.
I'm going to be honest, I wouldn't mind seeing this again in Hot Springs.
And that's what the matchup would be. Could you imagine the crowd?
Right?
Bryant Conway for a state title.
Oh, goodness.
Good luck getting a seat.
Well, we'll have a seat if it happens.
We will. We will be there. 53-52. I hope we're there for 2 games. There's a chance for that. Both Wampus Cats and Lady Cats through to the quarterfinals. 2 wins at Bentonville West, and they're on to the finals in Hot Springs. Terry Clardy. The dish! Caleb London, the flush! The Cats take the lead by a point.
Smart decision from Clardy, that extra pass, making all the difference.
Terry Clardy, what athleticism. Fantastic effort.
I'm not sure there's an inch of this court that he hasn't touched tonight.
Agreed.
All right, everybody, let's just take a little breath. Everybody at home.
Yeah, just
Big breath.
collectively, just exhale. Now, here we go. 2.5 to play. Cats up by a point. Trying to finish an unbeaten season at home and trying to go to the state tournament on a huge note with a win over the number 2 team in the state, Bryant. Robinson. That's Hunter. Payne is number 1. Traylon Payne. Wallace. Layup goes. Bryant retakes the lead by a point. Terry Clardy. Uses Kylan Kaiser. The little give and go. Bryant pulls it away. Foul. We're going to call a block. Free throws coming for Bryant. Kylan Kaiser, that will be his 3rd. So free throws coming. Traylon Payne, starter for this team. 0 points on the night.
Old people make noise.
There it is. First point of the night for Traylon Payne extends the lead to 2. Three-point game, 57-54. 90 seconds to play.
Plenty of time. Don't have to get it all back here.
Trey Tull wants to, though. They're going to call a foul on the rebound going the other way. They're going to say Kylan Kaiser committed the foul. That is his 4th. And 1-and-1 upcoming. Going to leave Kylan in. Minute 24 to play.
I think he thought that was number 5.
He might have still thought that that one foul earlier was on him when it was actually on Bryce.
That's a good point.
Wallace at the line, 6'7" junior. 9 points on the evening. Missed the front end of the 1-and-1. Cats trailing by 3. Charge called. Player control foul, so there will be no free throws here. That will be the 3rd on Kylan Milton. Bryce Bohannon's going to come in, replacing Kylan Kaiser. A minute 15 to play. It's a 3-point game. Bryant leads. Bohannon picks up Rodney Lambert. I would imagine they are going to be in no hurry to go to the basket. Timeout. Close to a 5-second call, but timeout's called, and we will take it with the teams on the court. It is going to be a full timeout or 30? Looks like a 30. We'll take it. 30 seconds and we're back on Conway Corp Channel 5.
This is my home, and here's my hot water heater. located right above my living room. And here's the mess it made when it leaked. Really leaked. Kinda throws off the ambiance, don't you think? Well, I stayed calm and called the experts at All Clean Restoration. So here it is, my living room before the water damage and my living room after. Or as I like to think, my living room before All Clean, my living room after All Clean. All Clean Restoration, proudly serving all of Arkansas.
57-54 is our score. 3-point lead for the visiting Bryant Hornets.
Score update from Cabot. Panthers up on the charging Wildcats in North Little Rock, 58-46. Just 2.5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Kind of a surprising score there.
Cabot will be matched up with the 4 seed from the West, and the winner of that game will get this Bryant team in their first game. Bryant, as the 1 seed, will play their first game next Thursday afternoon at 5:30. We mentioned it here in the girls' game, but it's worth mentioning again. Such an odd way that the bracket goes. Before Conway, either Conway team plays, 7 of the 12 teams that make the state tournament, their season will be over.
Yeah.
Before we ever even get on the court for the first time. 3 of the final 4 on both the girls and boys side will be set. Our games will be to determine who the 4th of the 4 is. Great hands, Kylan Milton. With the dunk, it's a 1-point game. Timeout. Coach Longing takes it, we'll keep it here.
Wonder if they're gonna put more time on the clock.
I would think that's a conversation they need to have.
Yeah, several seconds rolled off.
So once again, let's recap what's going on next week, because that's really what everything's pointing towards. Next week at Bentonville West in Centerton, that's where the state tournament is, and we will be there live. Friday night, 7 o'clock is the scheduled tip time for the girls' game. The boys' game will follow approximately 8:30. We'll have the games for you live on both 5 and 585 on Conway Corp Cable, and also online, conwaycorp.com/WC2Go. Again, live broadcast next Friday night of both games. If either team wins, we'll have live broadcast on Saturday night of the state semifinal games from Bentonville West. Both Conway teams had really, really good seasons. We've seen them both ranked in the top 5 really throughout the year. The girls have been in the top 2 or 3 all year long. Dropped a little bit following the other loss to Fort Smith Northside, and maybe factoring in the Asia Smith loss too, might have dropped them down to 3. Bentonville has jumped them to number 2 right now. But these boys have really been a pleasant surprise. We didn't really know what to expect. A lot of individual talent, but man, they've come together in a great way as a team.
They had a great run through the non-conference portion of the season, and you know, to see them get to double-digit conference wins, it's been really impressive. And then the streak you mentioned of
home
going,
wins.
yeah, winning every home game. It's not easy to do.
All right, final 40 seconds. It's a 1-point game. It will be 2 free throws. Got to be close to 10. Wallace fouled. 2 free throws coming from Contrell Wallace. And they got close.
And if you look at the clock, more than 10 seconds rolled off.
That's true.
Personal foul on Stats number 11, Trey Tall.
Trey Tull whistled for the foul.
His third.
Mike Abramson, the head coach for Bryant. All right, 2 free throws. Wallace missed the Frennan of a 1-and-1 moments ago. 2-point game. Jacqueline Kaiser in, Bryce Bohannon out. If you're wondering, only 5 team fouls have been called against Bryant. So Conway will not go to the free throw line with the next foul. The junior, Wallace. 2-point game. 30 seconds to go. Conway's got timeouts if they need them, and Coach wants to take one right here. Timeout taken. 23 seconds to play. We will take a timeout with the teams on the court. Let's take 30 seconds, then we're back on Conway Corp Channel 5.
At Conway Regional, every day brings new challenges and celebrations. And one of those celebrations is being named the #1 hospital in the state for women's health. Plus, we're the only hospital in Conway using state-of-the-art 3D mammography. While we're proud of our awards, our team is driven by something more. You. You're our #1. And for us, that's the #1 worth celebrating. One team, one promise, Conway Regional.
58-56. Bryant has the lead by 2. Conway has the basketball. The 5 on the court will be Kylan Milton, Caleb London, Trey Tull, Ja'Kylan Kaiser, and Terry Clardy, your starting 5 for Coach Salty Longing. Cats needed 2 to tie, 3 to take the lead. Senior night 2019. Cats know when their next game is. They don't know who they will play yet. We know we'll play the winner of Rogers and Central next Friday night. Again, live broadcast from Centerton. Girls will start around 7. Won't start before 7. That's what people ask that a lot. That will not be the case. Well, 7 o'clock for the girls, boys to follow. Trey Tull. Open look for 3. A real good look at it, just couldn't get it to fall. That would have given Conway a 1-point lead. Instead, it's a miss, and free throws coming, 2 of them for Bryant.
Yeah, not a bad look. He's been known to have a hot hand from behind the arc.
Shoots at a 35% clip from beyond the 3-point line. Here's the sophomore Hunter. Makes them both. It's a 2-possession game. It's a 3-point game right now.
Well, you got to be ready if he misses it because you just got 14 seconds.
And he did. 3-pointer could tie. Clardy. Timeout was called. And I believe I heard Stats say don't go in.
Don't go in.
Don't go in when he took the 3-pointer after the timeout had been called.
Well, you don't want to waste it.
You don't want to. I mean, we've seen made field goals in a football game. Timeout's called. And then he misses it the second time. So, all right, we'll keep it here. 59-56.
Two Wampus
so still
Cats.
a chance.
2 Wampus Cats in double figures tonight, led by Caleb London with 15. And then, actually, there's 3 in double figures. Ja'Kylan Kaiser, 13, and Kylan Milton with 10. The Wampus Cats have only been to the free throw line 7 times. They're 2 for 7.
In the whole game?
Yeah, and
Whoa.
Bryant is 14 of 19. It's a big disparity. Most of that coming here in this second half. You've kind of seen that play out with the team fouls as well.
28 points for Kalen Robinson, number 2. Their best player has been as good as advertised tonight. 59-56. A 3-pointer ties it. And that is the last timeout for Conway. So if they get into trouble, we have to get the ball in bounds somehow. Christian Williams checks in along with Trey Tull. In fact, all 5 Wampus Cats on the court can shoot the 3. 10 seconds to go. Got to have a 3 to tie. That's Tull. Skip pass to Christian Williams. Deep 3. Christian Williams from about 25 feet. The bank is open late on Friday night. 0.3 of a second to go, and we are tied at 59.
His third three-pointer of the night, and they have all looked good. He gets so much
perfect
lift.
rotation,
yeah, and then
too.
the perfect spin. Even off the backboard, it looks perfect. It always looks perfect when it's going in.
So here's the situation. 0.3 of a second to go. There have been 10 team fouls called on Conway, so they do not have one to give. So you cannot commit a foul. You cannot commit a foul because free throws would happen, and that's exactly what Coach Longin is talking to Mandel Campbell about right now. You have got to stand straight up. Do not commit a foul when the pass comes in.
This is one of those situations, too, where you want to bat it down.
Yes.
Don't tip it up.
That's right.
Because you just never know what can happen.
What a year this has been. Some of these games, I'm telling you, if this isn't going to get people to come out and watch, but you got to remember, when we get to late next fall, early winter, you got to come out and watch these Cats and Lady Cats play. Such fun basketball. All right, here we go. There's actually 2.3 seconds to go. They put 2 seconds back on the clock. All 6'8" of Mandel Campbell jumping up and down there. Hunter gonna throw it in, stolen away. Here's a shot to win. Okay. I don't know that I could have handled it.
Oh, I know.
It's probably just as well.
You might have hit the floor.
I might have hit the floor. We're going to overtime. 60
Of course
seconds.
we are.
Of course, because Wampus Cats. 60 seconds, and we're back with overtime on Conway Corp Channel 5.
Jay!
Hey, Lindsay.
Hey! How's it going?
Good.
What you been up to?
Oh, just working. Looks like our 20th year will be the busiest.
God, Jay, that's crazy. It seems like just yesterday I was coming over to hang out with your sister, and you were just the little brother.
Hey, speaking of change, you got a house full of kids now.
I know. It's just crazy. But, you know, one thing that hasn't changed, Jay, is Legacy Fencing and their commitment to Faulkner County. Y'all are still the best of the best after 20 years.
Yeah, and I tell you what, we've been making first-time customers repeat customers for 20 years now.
That's so great, Jay. Well, it was so good to see you.
Good to see you, Lindsay.
Have
You
a good day. You too. Bye.
We're honored to be celebrating 20 years of service to the Conway community. As Conway has grown in the last 2 decades, so have we. Thank you for allowing us to be your first choice in all your fencing needs.
Overtime for the regular season finale.
For a game, let's just remind you that is completely meaningless.
Yes.
But they are not playing like it tonight.
It has got everything to do with what's on the front of these jerseys. Conway versus Bryant. It is always intense. It rarely disappoints, and it certainly has not tonight. 4 minutes of the first overtime. Tied at 59. Bryant is the #1 seed next week at the state tournament. Conway is the #2 seed. Bryant riding a 12-game winning streak. They lost the conference opener to Fort Smith Northside. It was close. They lost that game. They've won 12 straight since, trying to get to 13 straight before they head to Centerton and Bentonville West High School next week. Conway has gone undefeated undefeated throughout the season here at home. They've had 6 losses, 3 of them in conference play on the road, and then 3 in tournaments that happened during the non-conference season. So it's been a great year for both of these teams, and not disappointing effort tonight. And you said it, Levi, if this is a preview of our state tournament or a state championship game, which it would be if they play each other again, because they would both make it to Hot Springs.
Yeah, opposite sides of the bracket.
Yeah, what a treat that would be. Payne. They do not look to him to score. That's because they got that guy. He's got 28. Lambert. Stolen away by Caleb London. Conway takes a 2-point lead.
Bryant pulls a minute off the board, and Conway comes away with quick 2.
Wallace. Charge. That is his 4th.
What are they even talking about?
I don't know.
He laid him out. I don't understand. The air has shifted, man. That Christian Williams three-pointer, it's just insane.
And where we sit to broadcast the games, and people ask on occasion, we actually sit up in the concourse level, up high, above the stands, at the top of the stands behind the benches. And so we are opposite of where you're watching, how the angle you're watching the game from. And we had a perfect shot at that three-pointer. And when it left his hand, it was weird. I think you might have thought the same thing. It's like, it looked good even though it didn't look good. I mean, it was obvious it wasn't going to hit the rim, but it still looked like it was going to go in. It's the darndest thing. 2.5 to go. Whistle going back the other way. That ball tantalizingly. Help me out. Give me that word. It was tantalizing.
You got it. I don't even have to give it to you.
Yeah, I had to get to it, though.
You just took a few tries.
Anyway, the ball almost went in. Get your popcorn out for the overtime session. Huge missed opportunity there for the Cats. Had a chance to make it a 4-point game.
That was 5 on Kaiser. That's why they're taking so long here to decide who's going to go in.
And Mandel Campbell will get the call. So Traylon Payne at the line, shooting 2.
He is 2 for 2 tonight at the free throw line.
And those are the only 2 points he has scored. Misses that one. Hits the second. It's a 1-point game, 61-60. We are in overtime if you're just joining us. Christian Williams, a three-pointer off the glass with 2 seconds to play, tied it at 59. Conway up by a point with 2 minutes left in overtime. Kylan Milton to Clardy. Lots of no calls there. That looked like a travel. It also looked like a foul.
Been a lot of forced passes inside. Just haven't been necessary.
Gonna call a block. It will be on Mandel Campbell. It's just his first. And so Kalen Robinson goes to the line. Bryant trailing by 1. And a chance to reach the 30-point mark for Kalen Robinson. He's got 29.
He's a perfect 7 for 7 from the free throw line tonight.
And you talked earlier, it's a distinct disadvantage as far as free throw opportunities go.
Yeah, Conway's just had 7 free throw attempts. Bryant on their 26th right there.
Both made free throws, gives them a 1-point lead, and 30 points on the night for number 2, Kalen Robinson. 1-point game. Clardy to London. Christian Williams checked back in to replace Mandel Campbell. Trey Tull for 3. Back of the rim, no good. Double team. He's taking his time getting across the court. Now he does. Robinson to Lambert. The lead is 3 with a minute to play. We are in overtime. Kylan Milton. Trey Tull. 50 seconds to play. Inside to London. Free throws coming for Traylon Payne. Fourth on London. Payne at the line. Chance to make it a 2-possession game. Four-point lead. 38 seconds to play in the game. Five-point lead. Timeout. We'll take 30 seconds and come back on Conway Corp Channel 5.
At Conway Regional, every day brings new challenges and celebrations. And one of those celebrations is being named the #1 hospital in Central Arkansas for overall hospital care. While we're proud of our awards, our team is driven by something more. You. You're our #1. And for us, that's the #1 worth celebrating. One team, one promise. Conway Regional.
Tied at 59 at the end of regulation. And Bryant has stretched it out to a 5-point game with about a half minute to go in overtime.
Yeah, and they've done it exclusively pretty much at the free throw line.
Yeah.
Foul situation has been in their favor here in the second half, and
Conway still hasn't gone to the line to shoot a 1-and-1 yet. Still just 6 fouls in this half. All right, so Caleb London and Christian Williams will bring the ball in front of the scorer's table, just to your left. Oh, there we go. There they are. All right, half a minute to go. Cats trail by 5. Whatever they do, they need to do it quickly. Christian Williams will get 3 free throws.
Well, that's convenient.
One way to do it. Chance to cut it to a 2-point game with no time coming off the clock. And it finally puts Conway in the bonus for any additional fouls.
Goodness, if you're Bryant, that is probably the worst outcome you could think of.
Yeah, if he'd have made it, I guess that could have been worse.
Second worst outcome you could think of.
All right, Christian Williams, a 66% free throw shooter, hits the first. It's the second. Conway thinking about who they're going to foul.
Not 2.
Not number 2. No, 30 points. Christian hits all 3. It's a 2-point game. 27 seconds to go. Robinson. 20 seconds. They had to foul him. 30 points on the night for the junior Kalen Robinson, and a chance again to extend this out to a 2-possession game.
He's been 8 of 8 from the free throw line tonight.
It is effortless for him shooting the basketball. Three-point game. He scored almost half their points, 31.
It's
of
one
their
of those
67.
It's one of those things where someone's so good at something that you're just mad.
I mean, I feel angry, yeah.
It's like, really? You have to be that good at scoring?
Missed the second. It's a 3-point game. 1 possession. Christian Williams. Trey Tall. Kylan Milton.
How many chances are we going to get? No timeouts.
No timeouts. Terry Clardy. 4 tries at it
man.
to tie it up. Well, you don't want to lose, but that's a pretty fun night of basketball right there. 67-64. Cats fall. They are 10-4 in the conference, 19-7 overall. The number 2 seed next week at Bentonville West.
It's that 6-point second quarter.
Yes.
If this team could ever, I've said it, if this team could ever put together a full game, they're one of the most dangerous teams in the state. 3 Wampus Cats in double figures tonight, led by Caleb London, 17 points. 12 for Christian Williams, including the shot of the night to send it into overtime, and 10 points from Colin Milton. Jeff, let's do this again in 2 weeks. What do you say?
I would love to see this team again in 2 weeks. All right, we will see our guys and girls in 1 week. Lady Cats next Friday night. Wampus Cats next Friday night. State quarterfinals from Bentonville West, and we will be there. Looking forward to it. Great job tonight by our entire Channel 5 crew. Thank you to them, and thank you for watching. We'll see you next week, next Friday night. The state tournament in Northwest Arkansas on Conway Corp Channel 5.